Hi, I'm Derek.
And I'm Zach, and we're with 911 Supply.
And today, we're going to talk to you about Ferro Concepts. We're always working to curate and bring you the best products on the market, and Ferro Concepts is no different. From their design philosophy to their execution and materials used, Ferro Concepts is absolutely best in class.
Some of the different product categories that Ferro Concepts is very well known for, predominantly their slings and their plate carriers. They've recently expanded into different avenues of the tactical gear game. They do pouches for your magazines, they do pouches for your admin, back panel pouches, and something like the new Bison belt. They have expanded their lineup year after year just to make sure that they're getting the end users the best equipment that they can, and they're most importantly refining their designs over time.
The Ferro Concepts line encompasses everything needed for the modern day warfighter. Everything from plate carriers to accessories, magazine holders, belts, and the like, everything required for the mission.
Perhaps one of the best known products from Ferro Concepts, besides their Slickster sling, is the Slickster plate carrier. Designed predominantly to be worn either covert or overt, depending on the mission at hand. You can run it with the padded shoulder straps if you've got armor, mags, bunch of equipment loaded up on it, or as such, it's just got pistol caliber plates, a couple mags on the front for a Glock just for training at the range, in the KTAR mag pouch flap. You can really customize this for whatever you end up needing to do. You can add a dangler on the bottom for your med kit if you don't have the belt real estate, or if it's kind of a throw on as necessary code 300 kind of call. You can run it with the elastic carry cummerbund, which allows you to put 2 AR mag pouches, water bottle, radio, tourniquets, whatever, in each of the slots on each side of the cummerbund. It's fully adjustable, it keeps it nice and tight, so again, low profile so you can wear it covert, or robust enough that when you load it up with gear, you're good to go.
I love the versatility of this. It really is one of the most versatile pieces in the Ferro lineup.
Absolutely.
So for somebody buying the Slickster, what would come in the bag with that?
In the bag, it comes with the Slickster as you see it, without the KTAR flap on the front, and without the dangler. It does come with the elastic carry cummerbund, and it comes with a tool that allows you to adjust the shoulder straps. So if you see a little credit card sized piece of plastic, keep it, you'll need it.
From the Ferro Concepts Slickster, we now move to the Ferro Concepts FCPC version 5. This is a little bit more of a feature-rich and feature-laden carrier compared to the more minimalistic Slickster, which is already readily apparent in a couple of these examples that we have set up in very different ways, but we're using the same base carrier for both. Starting from the top of the FCPC V5, you'll notice that the straps of the carrier are built slightly differently. So in this case, the straps of the carrier are fully adjustable. You'll notice they do come in, with a Cobra buckle included for easy doffing of the carrier, as well as a ring on the other side, which allows for a much more comfortable and versatile carrier as far as the fit of it goes. You won't get that sort of digging in that you may find in some other carrier brands out there, where it doesn't allow that sort of swaying of motion.
So moving down from the shoulder straps to the plate bags, it's really the most crucial part of the FCPC version 5. As you can tell by the name, it's version 5. They've really boiled this thing down to its base elements after it's been sent out, used and abused time and time again. They always come back to the drawing board after getting feedback from guys that are running heavy under quad nods, or guys that are using them domestically in law enforcement application. One of the things that they found was most important was not designing the carrier around your shirt size, but around the size of the armor that you wear. So if you wear a sappy medium cut and that fits you, that covers everything it needs to cover, that's the size you buy. You can change the cummerbunds out. In this instance, this is the Adapt 3-inch cummerbund. This one has a medium, this one has a large, but this is actually still a medium and a medium plate bag. Based on the body profile, torso size, I should say, of the users, it just happens to fit them better and gets them the appropriate coverage and tension around their body to keep everything secure. So you buy the FCPC version 5, just in the plate size, and then you separately select either the Adapt 3-inch cummerbund or the Elastic Carry cummerbund, whichever is your preference, and in the appropriate size to fit you better.
Definitely. It's just another example of the versatility of a modular system that Ferro Concepts has created.
Absolutely. And it is modular. I mean, even if you can kind of see on the back, there's stretchy Tweave Durastretch panels that allow you to fit in different shapes and sizes of plate. So if you're running a thin steel plate, it'll have enough tension on it that it's not going to slide around like in some competitors' plate carriers. But if you're also running a swimmer's cut instead of a sappy, or if you're running a shooter's cut, it's still going to have enough tension on the side and on the top of the plate that it's not going to move around on you, and you'll have a very consistent fit.
So from the plate carrier bags, we move down to the cummerbunds that Ferro Concepts uses. As you can see in these examples that we have set up here, we are using the Adapt 3-inch cummerbund on these. Probably the first thing you'll notice right off the bat is the inlay built into the cummerbund itself, which creates a lot of stiffness for a relatively narrow cummerbund. The use of the stiffening inlay, along with the ultra-strong moly webbing on the outside, allows for a relatively narrow cummerbund that will support a lot of weight with not a lot of size. The back of the cummerbund that's located under the panel here when it is installed is equipped with a built-in stretch. So you'll notice as I pull on the cummerbund itself, it'll kind of move back and forth, in and out. And what that allows is essentially a much more personalized and snug fit while still allowing room to move and breathe.
Another advantage to using the Adapt 3-inch cummerbund is actually that it allows you to properly and anatomically fit your plates. So where most plate carriers will fit dead even, this one allows you to offset the plates. So as you're wearing them, the plate can come up to the proper height on your back and sit at the proper height on your sternum. Whereas some other competitors just do a standard or like leveled fit, it might not actually get you the appropriate amount of coverage you need for some vital organs. So you either have to have it too high on the front or too low on the front to get it to the right height on your back. The Ferro one allows you to set it properly, and you can simply adjust it every time you put the cummerbund on and you adjust the straps. You just have the offset built in then and there. On the note of the cummerbund, we also come to the cummerbund attachments and the accessories. So on the inside of the 3-inch Adapt cummerbund, it's actually got the loop Velcro lined on both sides. So you can attach a plate bag. In this instance, we're using a HESCO level 3 plate in the side here, which matches the protection rating found in the front and the back plate on this particular setup. So depending on the mission at hand, you can scale up or down the armor that you need. They're simple enough to adjust. You just Velcro them in and out. And they also fit in place even with the accessories, in this case the wingman, where you can stow radio, tourniquet, water bottle, or 2 AR mags. It's basically the same size as the Elastic Carry cummerbund slots, and it doesn't interfere with the plate bags, which is a really big bonus. You can still add a tourniquet pouch on the outside in this configuration and have the wingman on the inside, all with your armor. So with armor in a Ferro Concepts carrier, in this particular rig, we've got a HESCO 3800 LV plate for more of a law enforcement application. So in an active shooter call, this is just the quick and dirty, throw it over, get the job done sort of setup. You've got the 3800 LV, which is a level 3 in conjunction with plate. It's about half the width of the standalone version, and then the plate backer is the P210 to get you the full level 3 rating on the system. Now, Ferro Concepts plate bag on the bottom doesn't use a standard Velcro closure. Instead, they designed theirs with a little T-bar in the sewing. What this gives you is really a fair advantage in that a standard Velcro strip across the bottom pulls in the corners too much when the plate is in there and it's stretched out. Now, over the course of a day or a couple hours at the range, you might notice that the Velcro has started to release at the corners. Now, when it releases at the corners, eventually it's going to work its way into releasing in the middle. In that case, you could actually have the plate shift down on you in an extreme scenario. So to avoid that, Ferro Concepts designed theirs in such a way that it meets in the middle, and that's where all of the tension is. So as this stretches out, the Velcro is unaffected and it holds secure throughout the day, throughout the mission.
It's a great example of that design philosophy, isn't it? Where just a small thing that maybe a lot of people wouldn't even notice
Absolutely.
would really help the carrier's performance.
So at this point in the video, you might be wondering what the heck comes in the bag. The Slickster comes with pretty well everything you might need. So what comes with the FCPC version 5?
Compared to the Slickster, the FCPC version 5 is a little bit more modular in design. Ferro Concepts intentionally made it a little bit more a la carte.
Totally.
The reason is that you can adapt it to any mission and to any end user's need.
Yeah.
So what comes in the bag is essentially 2 plate bags. You get your front and rear, as well as the pieces needed for your shoulder straps and the Cobra buckle as well, and also some instructions on how to set that up. So relatively minimalist as far as what comes in the bag. But again, the idea behind the FCPC version 5 is you buy your base carrier plates and essentially set it up to exactly how you'd want to run it.
Absolutely.
So in the case of this one here, starting off with the cummerbund, which is also interchangeable. Again, we do have the Adapt 3-inch cummerbund on here, but you could run
the elastic carry cummerbund.
Right.
I know some other manufacturers might work with the Ferro Concepts carrier, so if you have something that you really, really like and you want to put it on here, you can. Of course, their designs are just absolutely superb, so it works very well.
Quite frankly, with how well this is made and for how adaptable it is, I don't know why you'd want to, but it is a possibility if you do. This one also does have the mini dangler available from Ferro Concepts, which allows easy access to any kind of admin stuff, medical, snacks.
Yeah, some Timbits if you so choose.
Right.
So regardless of what end user group you're in, military or law enforcement, or even some civilian capacities, you can customize the Ferro rig to whatever the mission is. So the Slickster we showed at the beginning of the video is predominantly a range rig. It's got pistol magazines in the front in the KTAR flap. On this rig, it's actually got AR mags with the Haley Strategic MP2 inserts. It's actually a very slick, consistent rig for indexing your magazines, tactical reloads, whatever the application. It's an excellent system. This one here is a slightly different setup in that it's the Kangaroo flap from Ferro Concepts, and it's designed to actually have their turnover mag pouches put inside. You pull on the little flap there, you fit the Velcro in, sandwich it shut. So in a lower profile capacity, you can have the mags out if you need, and then quickly put them in if the mission demands it. Both of these allow the molly on the front to be used. Now, it's a Cordura laminate, so it's very strong. It's got a high abrasion resistance, so whether it's your rifle rubbing on the front of it all day, or even taking a dive into some dirt, it's gonna hold up from the high abrasion that it's exposed to. You can apply third-party magazine pouches to it, admin, whatever it is that you need, you can put it on the front, even weave some chem lights in there if you so choose. Moving on from there, tourniquet pouches. You can put them straight on the side. The wingman pouches, like we mentioned, the dangler for admin, med kits, snacks, the admin pouch up on the top to store your phone, whether you're running an ATAC rig in a military application or you just need your work phone easily accessible and out of the way of your other critical equipment. You can store it in the front. Even have some boo-boo items in there if you need lip chap in the winter, so on and so forth. Moving on to the back panels, more of the same Cordura laminate that's on the front, but with zippers, so you can actually put on some back panels. Now this one here is actually an admin panel zipped onto a hydration bladder that is zipped onto the plate bag. So it stacks very neatly, so you can have hydration if you need it. And if you don't pull the hydration bladder out, it just goes flat, and then you still have access to all of the items in the back there. This is predominantly used for situations where you have a teammate that can grab your stuff, though you can actually put other back panels on there, again, third-party stuff if you wish, so you can disconnect and get at your own stuff if need be. Going back to what Derek said before, Ferro Concepts really is all about designing complete systems for the modern warfighter. Plate carriers, accessories, slings, even belts, like the new Bison belt here. It basically just gives you a complete system to choose from, so you can scale up or down for the mission at hand, and you know you're getting really good gear for the range, at work, on duty, or on a deployment overseas.
Thanks again for joining us for a video on Ferro Concepts. In summary, again, Ferro Concepts is a fantastic brand from its design philosophy to its in-the-field performance. Whether you're a Tier 1 operator or just a general end user for casual use, Ferro Concepts is the perfect product line for you.
Whether you're an individual or representing a private company or a government agency, you can contact us through our website for any inquiries on pricing and availability. For more information on the products covered in this video, you can click on the link found in the video description below. To get the inside track on industry news and events, or just to see more cool videos like this one, you can subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram.